and welcome to week 3 of Heartfelt Resilience. This week we're starting to pick things up a little bit slowly, adding a little bit more energy to the system in the way that we move. So the theme for week 3 is levity and ease. It's that sense of lightness and springiness that comes very naturally. But in order to just unpack that and to see what is kind of underlying what we need in order to tap into levity and ease, there are a few things that we need to consider. So first thing is, levity implies a sense of balance. You can only find yourself light and floating if you're able to hold yourself balanced in that space so you don't fall. So finding lightness requires a tapping into a feeling sense of balance, number one. And then secondly, ease doesn't mean that there is no effort. I invite you to consider that ease perhaps means it is an expression that comes from cultivating a certain amount of strength. So what you can keep in mind for this week as we move through movement is the idea of a bird flying through the sky. The bird is able to keep itself as it is because it has that sense of balance. It can ride the currents, it can swoop, it can dive, it can rise. But it's because it's deeply connected to knowing where all the different parts of itself is or are. And then the second aspect is, although the bird is not necessarily the strongest in the whole world, it can't carry necessarily everything around it, it does have enough strength to carry itself. And that's all that we're looking for here. We don't need the strength to carry the whole world on our shoulders. We only need enough strength to carry ourselves on a day-to-day basis. So tapping into balance, tapping into strength as a way of finding levity and ease. Okay, let's get started. For this session, you might need 2 blocks, especially if you know that the backs of your legs are tight. We will be doing some forward folding, working into the hamstrings. We're also going to warm them up first. But you might need 2 blocks, especially if the legs are tight. And we'll be working a lot today on the legs as a way of balancing our foundation, because any movement that you want to do, any bigger expressions, always requires a balance or being connected to your foundation. Cool, so here we go. For this class, you can bring yourself to the top of the mat. That's where we start. And you'll see that we take the approach of gently moving into things and out a couple of times so that we can play and discover our balance there. So coming top of the mat, let the big toes touch, lift all your toes up and then spread them down nice and wide. You can press them firmly in for a moment, and as you press down you feel yourself gently lengthen, and then see if you can soften the toes whilst keeping a little bit of length and the spine and into the crown of the head. Take a few deep breaths where you just let your hands hang heavy by your side, shoulders are wide. And just notice if the weight is more towards the left or the right, and can you gently balance the weight out. See if you can find lightness in the posture, feeling the length of your spine. And then on the next inhalation, rise up onto your toes, reach your fingers overhead, and see if you can connect with a sturdy sense of balance. One more deep breath here. If you wobble, just see if you can find your way back in. And then as you exhale, heels come down, hands come behind your back. On the inhalation, lift your chest. Bend your knees, and then as you exhale, gently fold forwards, drop the crown of your head, shake it out. And then from here, release the hands as you inhale, Swoop yourself back up to standing on your toes. As you exhale, heels down, hands interlace. Inhale, lifting through the chest. And exhale, folding forward once more. Inhale. Last time, rise yourself up onto the toes, starting to find a little bit of flow in the lifting and the sinking, almost like a bird swooping through the sky. And then exhale, heels and hands down. Inhale, lifting through the chest. And exhale, folding forwards. Good. Shake the head loose here, just to find a bit of space. And then on the inhalation, let the chest rise. Bring the fingertips towards the top of your mat. You might want to step a little bit backwards. And I'm just going to turn sideways so I can show you how we're putting the feet ready for the next pose. So coming onto the balls of the feet, walk the feet closer until you can feel your heels touch and the knees are wide. Tented fingers to the front of the mat. And from here we'll do a few lifts that really work to energize the legs and the neural plexus of the lower body, and it helps us to tap a little bit into that sense of strength and how it's connected to lift. So on the inhalation, look forwards. And then as you exhale, heels stay lifted, legs straighten up, fingertips stay on the floor. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. We'll do a few more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. See if you can do a few a little bit faster. You'll feel the warmth spreading through the legs. The legs may be getting a little bit tired, and that's fine. 2 more. Doing it to your full capacity. Good, and then turn the toes forward. Drop the heels down. Keep the knees bent. And then as you inhale, swoop the arms up, coming into high chair. So if the shoulders are really tight, you can keep hands to heart. Otherwise, fingertips reaching forwards. So starting off in high chair, really drawing belly in and just letting the tailbone be heavy. So from here, nice deep breath. And then exhale, sit your chair deeper. Inhale, push through the heels, rise it up. Exhale, sit it deeper. Inhale, rising. And exhale, sitting. Last one, inhale, rise. And exhale, sit it down. Holding the hands to heart for a moment. You can keep the chest lifted, or you can take the approach of dropping belly to thighs as you wish. And then exhale, hands come to the floor. And then we slowly step ourselves back into plank pose. So plank pose, shoulders over hands, heels reaching back, taking 1 deep breath. And then exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhaling baby cobra. Exhale, rolling down. And then pushing through the knees, exhaling back into downward facing dog. 1 deep breath here. Inhale, rolling forwards into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhaling baby cobra. Exhale, chest down. Inhale, pushing up. And exhale, downward facing dog. 1 more time. Inhale, swooping forwards. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, lifting baby cobra. Exhale, rolling down. Inhale, push up to table. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Take 1-2 breaths here as you firm through all 10 of your fingers, as you firm through your inner and your outer heels, finding rooting and grounding on the inner and the outer lines of the body. And then on the inhalation, reach your right leg up. Exhale, knee to chest. 1. And inhale, reach it up. Exhale, knee to chest. 2. Reach it back up. Last one, exhale, knee to chest. And then step your foot on the outside of your front hand. Back knee comes down. Inhale, lifts the heart. Good. Take 1 or 2 breaths here. And feel free to move the hips a little bit around. Ease into it. Maybe the toes are slightly turned out. So a nice deep breath, heart comes forward. And then as you exhale, back knee lifts, holds, and inhale, release. Exhale, back knee lifts, hold, and release. Exhale, back knee lift, holding 1, 2, and 3. And then as you exhale, back knee down, take a nice deep breath, and then inhale, lifting the back toes up. 1, and down. Lifting 2, and down. Last one, lifting 3, holding 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then slowly putting the toes down, lifting the back knee. And then from here, step yourself back, downward facing dog. Take 2-3 deep breaths. Inner lines of the body, so the big toes and the thumbs pressed down. Outer lines of the body, pinky toe and pinky finger pressed down. Feel yourself opening up here, that lightness in your hips, the ease of lifting tailbone towards the sky. And then inhale the ease of lifting left foot up. Exhale, lift knee forwards. 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhaling 3. And then exhale 3. We step the foot down outside of the hands once more. Taking a deep breath in to lift the chest forwards. Toes can turn slightly out. From here, ground the hands firm. Tuck the toes under. And then as you exhale, lift the knee up. Hold and release. Again, as you exhale, lift, hold, release. Last one, lift, hold, and see if we can take 1 or 2 more breaths here. Just keeping that front heel pressing into the floor, keeping the back knee lifting, and then down towards the mat. From here, we lift the back toes up. So flatten them down. Inhale, lifting 1. Release. 2. Release. Last one. 3. Holding 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Release it down. Tuck the toes under, lift the back knee up. From here, step back, downward facing dog. And this time, bend the knees, lift the heels, push your chest towards your thighs. And then as you exhale, reach your heels down, lifting your belly up.
feeling like the hips are floating up towards the sky. One more deep breath. Good. And then on the inhalation, lifting onto both feet, balls of the foot. And then staying high on the left foot, lift your right foot up. As you exhale, step your right foot forward behind your right wrist. Stay high on the back foot, so the foot stays nicely lifted. Legs are straight, both of them. And here is where you might want to use your blocks. So if you can't comfortably reach the floor here, you can take your blocks any height that feels good. To inhale, lengthen the spine. Make sure the hips are level by drawing your right hip back. So inhaling forwards, and maybe exhale, folding deeper. Inhale, lift it forwards. And exhale, drop it deeper. Again, inhale, lifting forwards. Exhale, dropping deeper. This time holding 1, 2, and 3. You're welcome to take your blocks away to the side. And then from here, we bring ourselves up, hands to heart, straighten through the standing leg. So keeping your hands to heart, as we inhale, the arms will swoop backwards, we'll float forwards into warrior 3, and then bring ourselves back in. So this is where the balance comes into the hips. Good. So hands to heart, back toes lightly touching the floor. Take a deep breath in, reach the arms back, drop the chest, float the back leg up, and exhale back into center. Inhale, airplane pose. Exhale, back to center. Last one, inhale, airplane pose. Holding 1, you can bend your standing knee, 2, and 3. And then as you inhale, draw your back knee to the front, lifting it up, hands to heart. From here, the fingers rise up. And we'll go into the next little bit of a flow to keep our balance and to open through our foundation. So as you exhale, ankle turns out, knee bends, foot goes over knee. And exhale, take yourself down into a pigeon chair pose. Inhale, float it up. And exhale, float it down. Okay, inhale, float it up. Last time. Exhale, bring it down. And then from here, inhale, the arms open, chest opens, keeping the chest quite lifted. And then as you exhale, see if you can sit deeper, reach the arms forward. So inhale brings you up a little, chest opens. Exhale brings you down. Keep the balance, just one more. I know it gets really tiring. Last one, deep breath in. Exhale, going down. And then from here, inhale, knee rises up. Exhale, step it back into downward facing dog. And then slowly but surely just move your hips from side to side to release everything out of that right buttock. From here, again, right foot steps forward. Drop the back knee down. This time, turn the toes all the way out. And see if you can drop forearm down onto the mat. Right hand gently pushing on right knee to stretch out that right hip. Taking 3 more breaths here. And then as you inhale, hands come forwards, Tuck the back toes under, lift, stepping back, downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, lifting onto the balls of both feet. Keep right foot lifted, and then inhale, left leg reaches towards the sky. As you exhale, keep the legs straight. Step the foot just behind your left wrist, finding pyramid pose. And once again, if you like, use your blocks to bring the hands and the chest a little bit higher, as high as you need. So either here, here, or here. Or if you don't need, you can also just keep fingertips on the ground. Back heel rises, back leg is straight. Front leg is straight, 5 toes pushing down evenly. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, flow it forwards. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, flow it forwards. Inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale, flow it down. Here we hold 1, 2, and 3. Good. From here, we slowly lift the chest. Bring the hands to heart. And then bring the weight all the way forward into the front leg. From here, back toes stay as they are. And then on the inhalation, arms reach back, back foot lifts. Exhale, bring it back into center. Inhale, bend the knee if you need to, fly into your warrior 3. Exhale, bringing it back. Last one, inhale. Keep the balance. You might find one hip is a little bit weaker than the other. Holding 1, 2, and 3. Good. Bring the knee up to chest, hands to heart. Getting ready to flow into pigeon chair. So as you inhale, arms reach up. And then as you exhale, sit it down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, sit it back down. Good. Inhale, bring it up. And last one, exhale, sit it down. And from here on the inhalation, we open the chest. And then as we exhale, we sit a little deeper. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, sit a little deeper. Inhale, open the chest. One last time. Exhale, sit a deeper, holding 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, rise the fingers up, lift the knee to chest. And then as you exhale, step it back, hands to the floor. Inhale, rise the left toes towards the sky, take a circle, place it down, and then move your hips from side to side. From here, look forwards, reach the left leg up, step it forward, wide of the hand, turn the toes all the way out. And then as you inhale, draw your heart forwards. Drop your right forearm to the mat. Use your left hand to gently push the knee out. It's a very gentle action here as we take a few more breaths. Feeling the whole of the left buttock release. And then inhale, we turn forwards. And from here, we'll step towards the top of our mat. So left toes tuck under, knee lifts, step forward, take a wide stance, malasana. Inhale, heart to the front. Exhale, drop the hips. And just stay on your fingertips and let your hips move from side to side here to find release in the lower back. Good. On the inhalation, float yourself up. And on the exhalation, float yourself down. Inhale, floating up. And exhale, floating it back down. Last one. Inhale, float it up. And exhale, float it all the way down. Keep your hands one behind you, one to the front. Allow your hips to lower. And then slowly roll onto your back. And here we'll take a few breaths in constructive rest pose. With the feet wide, the knees together, the hands resting on the belly. And just take a moment to feel how the blood is moving through your veins. See if you can reconnect with a sense of lightness and ease in your breath. The idea with the practice this week and the next is to cultivate pathways of recovery, not just in the body, but also in the brain itself. So what happens when the body gets pushed, either because we're inducing stress consciously through movement, or maybe because stress just arises in a situation? What we need is access back to our sanctuary, and that always lies with the breath and slowing down. So see if you can access that sense of softness and drawing inwards, and doing so with ease. It's very important the energy we put into our recovery pathways. So knowing that recovery is within easy access. So find levity and ease in your breath. Let everything slow down. And then from here, the feet come in line with the hips. The hands go out by the sides. Inhale as you bring your left ankle up, cross it over your right knee. And then as you exhale, drop your left foot down onto the right-hand side where your right hand grabs the foot. From here, we actively draw our left knee as far away from our ribs. So as you come in, your knee will be close. And what you do is you very gently just pull it out using the strength of your outer hip. Reach your left arm overhead. Let your head drop towards the left as a way of really opening through the waist on the left-hand side. And see here if you can bring in that sense of the Dantian breath, breathing into your pelvis. Breathing all the way down into your left hip socket. Good. When you're ready, release. Roll yourself back into center, and from here we switch sides. So right ankle comes over left knee, left hand goes to right ankle, and then we drop the foot over towards the left. Right arm reaches overhead, and again the knee actively pulls away to open up space across the right hand side. Close your eyes here, let your breath just simply wash in and over you. Seeing if your breath can reach all the way down into the right side of the pelvis, all the way down to the right hip socket. And then slowly soften the leg out. Take both feet as wide as the mat, drop the knees together, hands by your side, eyes closed. And see if you can connect with that feeling of levity and ease as the breath ripples through the chest and the belly. And then not needing to do anything except seeing if you can stay in that spaciousness. So can you allow yourself to just float in this feeling as you have awareness of all the energy moving through the legs and the pelvis, moving through the belly and into the head. So this energy that's circulating through the whole of the body. But can you anchor yourself lightly and with ease into your breath, and seeing how all the energy begins to slowly mold itself to the energy of your breath. So the breath energy essentially sets the pace. The breath is moving slow and easy. And maybe you want to place one hand to the heart, one hand to the pelvis. And seeing how all these different areas of the body begin to take on the energy of the breath. So really being aware of this recovery pathway wrapped up in levity and ease. You're welcome to stay here and maybe stretch your legs out into Shavasana, staying for as long as you need, kind of basking and marinating in the energy of the breath. Allow yourself a moment before you come up so that you take that energy with you from one space, one moment to the next as you go through the rest of your day. You're also welcome to move straight into Yoga Nidra or maybe the breath exercise, whatever you feel works best for you right now. Thank you so much for joining me for practice, and I'll see you on the mat again soon. Namaste.